Alright, well I've got this Boss1 light all head all apart here. The head came apart, what I didn't really see a seam, but the lower section of the head unscrewed from the top of it. Okay, the reflector and lens are in here. The reflector's got a large flat on it and a little bit of a lip right here, right around where the LED would seat. Very thin here. It's about 0.62 thickness. And the LED shelf itself is not screwed in or anything. It just lays in the bottom section, and then you have your driver underneath that. There's about 8mm. I had written 3mm in there. There's about 8mm distance from where the driver sits in to touching this, so you can clear a little bit, but not too much. It's just an aluminum plate, and it's stepped down, I'm sure, so that the LED and the star, the 20mm star, sits in flush in here, so that when you put the reflector on there, it basically sits flush, to the reflector. Since that's such a large flat area there, so that's why that was recessed, was to accommodate the reflector and not have wires touching and that kind of thing. As far as modding this thing, you get about maybe a millimeter thickness here of aluminum, then it goes up to about 2 millimeter thickness, or probably 3. So it's not a real thick, heavy plate for the LED to sit on. Whatever I do with a mod on it, I'm sure I'm going to use a much higher power LED, probably a HX or P 70 XHP. It's been a long time. Anyways, a more powerful LED than the XML2 that was in it. So I'm probably going to open this up in here and use some copper discs to make a copper insert in there. And I'm probably going to end up being raised up higher than I am here. So when I put it all together, it won't go in flush. And since this does screw together and there's a lot of threads on it, then, I'll probably have a gap in here. Instead of screwing all the way down, I'll probably have a gap in there, just using over a large black O-ring on it and use that for tightening down. But that way I can have the shelf set up a little higher, be a little thicker than it is right now, and basically make a copper center, and then probably drill and tap in here to screw these down, these two pieces together, so they have a little bit better fit, a little tighter fit to them. Most likely, that's about how I'd go about it. I think there's room enough to do everything. It'll be a little tight, but as long as you keep the replacement driver, like a FET driver, where you're still keeping that driver about flush and not having a lot of components stick way up, it won't be any problem at all as far as clearance goes. And of course, the copper, well, I just would favor having a copper right there at the center where the LED and star is going to sit. It's just my preference. That was just a little quickie to sort of show you what this thing was like. It had a XML2 on a plain old aluminum star, and it was glued down. It had thermal adhesive, not just thermal paste, so it was glued down. You can see it was just in the center, not in the outside. So that's what I would do with it for modding it and changing to a higher powered LED, maybe even a MTG2. I don't know. It just depends. I'm sure that I will take that reflector and stipple it too. But it's just an idea. What you could do with the stock one is just to maybe up it to, 3.5 amps at least anyways. And, leave it even with the stock star, or just replace the star with a copper star and slap it back together with a little bit heavier wire and push it to, 3.5 amps or so, and it would be fairly decent then. At least you'd probably get closer to 1,000 lumens out of it. Right now, I'd say from the photos I took, the beam shots, that, I doubt very highly it's doing much over about 600 lumens. 600, maybe 650, I don't even know if it's doing that much, but it's pretty weak overall right now, stock. So, thanks for watching.